DJI Mini 3. Latest update with new pictures. Got that coming up next. Bill the Drone Reviewer here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. The other night I hosted Rotor Talk Live and was joined by very special guests, Mr. Ray Kelly and Mr. Matt Cundiff. We spent the better part of the evening discussing all the latest regarding the DJI Mini 3, including the latest pictures, options, and different models. So without any further ado, let's roll that clip in its entirety.
While we were at the meetup, okay, it's like that Saturday, Lev and company shared some new photos. And what great photos did they share? And I'm going to go ahead and bring that up right now. It was like, and the article, and this is from Drone DJ. Go ahead and share the screen here. Okay, massive leak reveals 4 major DJI Mini drone features. Okay, and then we're gonna DJI Mini 3 will weigh under 250 grams, 0.55 pounds. Something we probably already knew, but I mean, it really kind of made sense. Drones weighing less than 250 grams are subject to minimal legislative requirements in the U.S. For example, recreation drones that weigh 0.55 pounds or less need not be registered with the FAA. Okay. Now, improved camera performance and video stabilization. We expect the DJI to up the ante by giving the Mavic Mini 3 a better camera, especially considering the competition this drone is going to be get from the newly launched Nano series. The higher-end Pro version of the Mini 3 would feature an improved sensor and a maximum aperture of f/1.7, allowing the camera to accept more light, thus facilitating better low-light performance. And in line with what professional drone users may expect, Mini 3 Pro would also feature a 3-axis mechanical gimbal for improved video stabilization. Okay. Now, they talked about the leaked picture there, and it said the gimbal seen in the leaked video is only attached on one side, a non-conventional design to say the least. While earlier it was being speculated the design was meant to support a vertical shooting mode, a more likely justification is this drone may have crashed during a test flight and lost a part of the gimbal. Okay. Yeah. Obstacle avoidance sensor. We've known about that. Better flight time. The Mini 3 may also allow you to stay in the air for longer with this improved 2453 milliamp hour battery. The Mini 2's 2250 milliamp hour battery offers a maximum flight time of 31 minutes. It must also be highlighted, though, that the outgoing drone weight 242 grams, 7 grams less than the Pro version of the Mini 3. So we'll need to see if it has any impact on the final battery performance. On the bright side, the arms of the Mini 3 are the same aerodynamic design as the new Mavic 3, and that's definitely going to improve the new drone's performance here. And you can see some of these on here. Now, earlier leaks have indicated that DJI would launch its new sub-250 drone sometime in April 2022. And given that the product testing is in full swing right now, an official announcement could be forthcoming within the next few weeks. In the meantime, we'll keep an eye out for more leaks and details, such as the camera sensor, softwise of that. Now, what was real interesting here, I'm going to try to bring this picture up, and this is on Twitter, and you can see up here where the arrow has Mini 3P, which obviously that kind of stands for Pro. So I'm interested to get your guys' thoughts on all this. What do you guys think?
Well, I know there's a second part of that gimbal. You can see a dampener in that arm, and it was cracked, which means it definitely was crashed.
Yeah.
So you can see the crack on the bottom of the
it's right. It's right. It's right there.
Right on the side there where the gimbal, the other half. But I don't see another portion of that gimbal. I don't know. I think it's a one side. I think it's one side because the Skydio does that too, doesn't it? It comes the gimbal is actually held off the side.
Yeah.
So it would be a smart move. It would be a smart move, especially with it being able to 180-degree tilt.
It's a very unique looking camera setup for a DJI drone.
Yeah, you're right,
it's definitely different.
It really is. I mean, the last drone I remember, even kind of was not so atypical for DJI was the Spark, because that had a 2-axis gimbal, and and it didn't look like what we're normally accustomed to. Well, one of the things here that I also want to kind of talk about too. You look on the bottom here.
and this obviously looks like a controller down here at the bottom, and I know, and it kind of looks, I'm going to hate to say it, it kind of looks almost like, and now I don't even know what kind of controller that may have been from something else.
That's the Nano controller, because you can actually see in one of the pictures, you can see the Autel Nano in the background.
You're right, Maddie. That's great. That's a great point, because I know both Ron and Marcus and I were under the impression that maybe that this Pro version might carry what some people have referred to as a dumbed down version of a smart controller. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, guys, if that's the case with the Mini 3, okay, it will explode as far as sales are concerned.
I agree.
The price will be too high, though.
You're right. It will, Ray. That is a very good point. And I think what DJI, if they're smart, what they'll do is, they'll not only offer a combo version, but they'll offer like a la carte kind of a thing. Like you can get a Mini 3 with a standard controller, or a Mini 3 Pro, or you can get a Mini 3 Pro all decked out with our new smart controller. Now, yeah, that's going to go north of $1,000. Okay. And I can see, for guys like us who dabble in this and, and have a few coins laying around some of the time, and Santa Claus is really good to us, may get them. But, for the average, especially because this is kind of geared toward millennials, okay, and younger, and those coming out of high school, those in college, those in their 20s, okay, this is who this drone is geared for. So it may not hit them as well. But then again, as we shared previously, that's what the Mini 2 is good about. Okay. It has a good price point. It doesn't have the obstacle avoidance, but, and I got to say this, because I've had all the Mini drones. I've had the original Mini. I've had the Mini 2. I had the Mini SE. I never missed obstacle avoidance 1 second on those. I mean, obviously, and you guys are the same way because you're experienced drone flyers, if you've had experience with it. And, and I kind of have a tendency to think, people, who get these are, if you're spending $400 on it, it's not a $50 toy drone. Okay. That if you crash, you can go out on Amazon and buy another one tomorrow, kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I still think they can get the price point below $1,000.
Oh, I know, I'm gonna get it.
Oh, I know.
Well,
too,
I know.
Ray.
I plan on buying it. Yeah. I mean, I'm not huge into camera drones as much as I was. I mean, my Air 2S is plenty sufficient enough for me, but having a Mini 3 in my FPV backpack wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's for me. Okay. Having a mini drone is absolutely fantastic. But, one of the things that people have to realize, and this is something, I've also heard rumors it's going to have more, capability of being able to fly in higher winds. All right.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because, when the original Mini came out, that was one of the knocks was, it was difficult. If it was over 20-mile-an-hour winds, it's just like, guys, we couldn't even think about flying it that day. It was that kind of thing. So
warning on my first flight, the wind warning.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I know you guys were talking about how, last year at the meetup, how the wind just, unfortunately, took the day away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill Ronayne still put his Mini 2 up in the air.
Mini 2 was up and he handled it like a pro.
Handled it just fine.
Wow.
Yeah, the Mini 2 can handle higher winds than people think, which it's quite surprising because it's so damn small, but it handles it and it handles it well.
Well, you hear the motors compensate, and I've told people this, guys, DJI puts, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck, okay? Because I think DJI, they put in, you'll hear one of the motors starts revving up more than another one, okay? And that's how you get these balanced shots, even in the wind, okay? Because they're compensating. And I can hear, especially, like if I had my Mavic 3 and it's a windy day, and I'm, from like 75, 100 feet, I can hear that compensating to keep it level. It's a buttery smooth shot. It's amazing.
Yep. It's impressive. Yeah. That is for sure.
Yeah, they do great work. So, and I wouldn't be surprised, and I know they didn't talk about it in the articles, I would say any day now, we're going to see something hit the FCC database. We're going to see a picture of those labels, and some other information. We'll start getting a lot more on that, because the more the leaks come out, the closer we're getting, not only to, first of all, to the FCC a database being leaked out, but then, or being, what that means is actually DJI, the only drone, or not, I won't say the only one, but I thought I had them down pat back in the day. But with the Spark, they actually didn't put the FCC database information on until the day they released it, which they can do.
Yep, okay. They can wait all the way up to last minute.
Yeah, they can do that. So, they've been, but I think they they're very smart with their marketing. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not, they don't hold things back with that. And when they generate interest and they get free publicity with all this, boom. Okay. And they've gotten smart, like with their releases. Okay. Now, last time they had a full on drone release was when we went to New York City in 2018 over in Brooklyn. Okay. Yeah. They don't do that anymore. It's all on the web. They'll put out a video like they did with the Mavic 3, and then boom, a half hour later, it's up available on the site for sale, kind of a thing. And it saves them a button. Yeah. Now, I can tell you this, DJI spent a boatload of money. Okay. They rented out Dougal Greenhouse down in Brooklyn. Okay. And that ain't cheap. All right. And the way they had it set up in there, it was all first class. Mm-hmm. So, they do things right, Ray. I mean, and Matt, they really know how to do it well. So,
yeah. Looks like you got home, by the way, just to let you guys know. It looks like you got home. Johnny, home?
Yeah, Johnny got home. Mike's on his way to Texas. Right.
Yeah, I saw Johnny in the chat, so I kind of assumed he was at home. So that's good.
Yeah,
that's good to hear. I know Mike had some issues with the wheel on his truck. So I was hearing about that. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, they got that fixed. So they're good to go.
That was good. That was good to hear.
Hey, Bill, I'm going to jump off, buddy. I'm going to get ready for my show here.
All right. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight, Matty.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you for having me on.
Good luck with your show.
Appreciate it, buddy. Ray, I'll see you soon, buddy.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Question of the day. What did you think of the latest update regarding the DJI Mini 3 with new pictures? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to fly.